Everybody, welcome back to another episode of FSi DFS Fantasy Baseball Picks. I'm your host, Mike Brewer, 31. Don't normally do a Sunday video, but I had a little extra time this morning, so I'm going to bang one out really quick for you. I didn't check and see if FanDuel and DK line up, but they usually do. So 110 start, San Francisco, Detroit. Looks like rain there. Might get the game started. Don't know if they're going to finish it. So I think both pitchers are kind of dicey. I do like Webb if it does play. Boyd on their side, not interested in. And San Francisco, I really like as a cheap stack if they play. Boston and the Angels, Detmer and Whitlock, both bad pitchers. Each side almost has a 5 total. Wind blowing a little bit of Fenway. So I think you can stack both offenses. I wouldn't play either pitcher here. Minnesota and the Yankees, Pablo Lopez and Garrett Cole. You have two decent pitchers here. The wind's blowing in. It's going to be 70, so the weather's decent. So I like both pitchers here in this matchup, and I think bats would be a GPP or leverage stack for here. Guardians and Nationals, Shane Bieber and Patrick Corbin. Bieber's definitely in play here against the Nationals. Wind is blowing out a little bit, 10 miles per hour, 83 degrees. Beautiful day to play baseball. Cleveland's top stack by far, especially the righties against Corbin, but he wouldn't even hesitate to play lefties against him. He's just been really, really bad. So, and they have a 5.59 total, which is pretty high. Washington side, not interested in. Tampa Bay and the Blue Jays, you have Shane McClanahan, Alex Manoah. McClanahan's a good pitcher, but he gets a tough matchup here. Manoah on the other side too has struggled a little bit to start the season, but we've seen him give up some home runs. So I think, you could take shots on McClanahan. Manoah, I don't think I'm interested in. I kind of like the Tampa Bay bats here to come back alive and turn the series around. And then Toronto would be in play for a GPP. Arizona and the Marlins, Zach Allen and Sandy Alcantara. I like both sides of here also. Especially you've got two medium. Alcantara is probably my favorite pitcher on the slate here per dollar. And then Gallen's a decent medium range option. The bats would just be pretty much leverage or GPP plays. Philadelphia at Cincinnati. Aaron Nola has really struggled. This is a great chance for him to get right. The wind's blowing across field, 20 miles per hour, 57 degrees, so a little bit cooler out there. It might rain before the game, but they should be able to get in because it should clear up. Stacey on the other side is absolute no. Really like the Phillies as a stack here. I think I could probably move them up or over. I think it should look more like that. So Philly, I think would be my second favorite GPP stack, and Cincinnati would just be a leverage. If you think Nola's still going to struggle, and they put up a ton of runs yesterday, then go for him. Wind blowing out 23 miles per hour in Kansas City. So Atlanta and KC. And before I saw this, I think if San Francisco plays, it's good, but I definitely think probably Kansas City with the wind against Kyle Wright should be up there. So just go remind you for rain. And Atlanta definitely against St. Greinke. So neither pitcher's in play here. Atlanta bats are definitely going to be in play. Kansas City bats could be sneaky against Wright, especially if you just want to take some of the lefties here, like Melendez, Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez. So just even if you want to do a wraparound with Jackie Bradley, if you even the wind could at 2K, if he gets on, he can definitely run. So usually strikes out a lot, but if he steals a base, then it kind of makes up for it. Orioles and White Sox looks like this is going to be pretty rainy also. Winds blowing out 23 miles per hour in Chicago, but I don't know if they'll be able to get this game in. It looks like it could be a complete washout. So if they do play, then that Cisse is definitely a decent pitcher. Grayson Rodriguez, I definitely like him, but if the wind's blowing out, it might diminish that just a little bit because the White Sox really haven't done much offensively. But if this game does clear up and play, then that definitely will move like the White Sox up. probably below Philly here, and Baltimore as a decent leverage stack. And then finally, Pittsburgh and the Cardinals, 47 degrees. So I mean, cold in St. Louis, wind blowing out 20 miles per hour. Keller and Mikolas. Mikolas, I think, is in play here. He's been horrible to start, but Pittsburgh really, besides Reynolds, hasn't been great. But maybe this is the day that they do show up. Keller on the other side is just an average guy. I mean, I think you can play him. St. Louis has disappointed at times, but then again, they do have potential to put up a lot of runs, kind of like Milwaukee. So I think St. Louis will be a top GPP stack here with the wins against Keller, and then Pitt, I think, definitely is in play as a cheap stack. So let's see what we built today and get you on the way for your weekend. So in cash, I'm taking Alcantara. For SP2, Lopez, Webb, if he's playing, Nola, probably not going to pay up for both pitchers. Probably going to take somebody in this medium range here. Probably not right if the wins are going to continue to be like that. So one of these guys is probably going to be, if it's more GPP, I might take a shot on like Mikolas, but I think I'm staying in this range here. So Cleveland and Philly are going to be my stack. So Bell, Stott, lefty, J-Rom, Schwarber, left-hander. And then I'm going to take Straw on the bottom as a wraparound. He's right-handed, maybe a leadoff instead of Kwan. Maybe if Kwan gets a day off, I mean, that would be the ultimate, but still, even in the 9-hole, I'll take him. He's very fast, and against a lefty that you could definitely hit, get on base, and steal some. For FanDuel, Alcantara or Nola, depending on how much salary you need, Bell or Olsen up here, and I'm going to stack Cleveland and Atlanta here because you have a little bit more salary on FanDuel. So J-Rom, Rosario, Straw again, and Acuna, and it all depends on your build, who the rest in the pitcher, who the rest of the guys you get in are. You can also get Bell and utility there if you want to play that. For GPP, taking Gallon, and then again, I'm probably going to stay in here for my SP2, and I'm going to take Pittsburgh and Atlanta. So Olsen, Bay, Riley. To get Reynolds, you have to kind of pay down. If you can get like Webb in here, and you can get like the Pittsburgh, you kind of do like a back wraparound stack with like Castro, Smith, Najee, Hedges as your catcher. So that's how you can kind of fit Reynolds in. But if not, McCutchen works. You can get with Bay and just still do the wraparound stack with like Smith and like Hedges as your catcher, or take another cheap catcher, and then Grissom might fit in here as your shortstop now that he's been called back up in the lineup. For FanDuel, Gallon, I'm taking St. Louis and Philly. So Goldie, Stott, Arenado if it works, Bomb here, Turner, Burleson, Schwarber, whatever outfields there fits in here. Also, Cave might be a good salary relief if you need a lefty. You take another St. Louis guy to finish your stack, depending on how that rolls out in utility. So that's what I got for you today. If you have any questions, put them in the chat below. Hit me up at Twitter at Megaroro31. Check out the NASCAR video. We got a cup race today at Martinsville. And also, if these videos help you, please like, subscribe to our channel, share with your friends. And if you want more information on FSi DFS, it's all in the description of the video below. So good luck in your contests. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.